Afghanistan are suffering. Afghanistan's population of 38 million, 52% of them are living in poverty. We think sometimes that poverty is only being hungry, naked, and homeless. The poverty of being unwanted, unloved, and uncared for is the greatest poverty. This quote is by Mother Teresa and true for all places all over the world, including Afghanistan. Here's a story of a young boy named Farah. He originally lived in Afghanistan. He couldn't handle it, so he left during a brutal war. He says he remembers his mother's words saying, "Go save your life," and the motivation began. He started his journey across the world to see his family in the UK. After crossing 10 countries, he finally saw his family and explained how he wanted to leave his difficult past behind. So he got a job as a plumber and started making money. He explains how he sees his mother words to keep going.
The UNDP's most recent statistic estimates that 97% of Afghans are living below the poverty line. One of the causes is that there are no jobs. Without jobs, people in Afghanistan are not able to pay for food and shelter. As a result, millions of people like Farah are starving every day and have been starving for many years. We need to act fast to prevent millions of other Afghans from starving. Our resolution is needed to provide jobs in order for the Afghan people to be able to pay for food and shelter. Both the poverty and food crisis are very important issues that are affecting the Afghanistan people greatly.
We request that the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development helps us repopulate a mine and distribution plant. The reason this would be helpful is that it would provide more well-paying jobs. It also would help our economy by starting an industry in mining for our country. We would mine multiple different resources like iron, lithium, and zinc and refine it and then send it to China because China is one of the biggest importers of all of those resources and it is only 93 kilometers away. We would also gain money to start programs to help the starving people in our country by earning money from this.
We yield the rest of our time to this nation.
7 seconds are yielded to your summation. We will begin a round of technical questions. Sexton, Travis, Nielsen, Pfizer, Bush, Maddox, Brown, Shanker, Kay, Easel, Bowden, Garza, Cruz.
Sexton Mozambique, what is your country's HDI ranking?
169.
Travis, Mozambique, what is your country's GDP?
Per capita or in total?
19.8 billion US dollars.
Brown, Pakistan, what is your doctors to per 1,000 patients?
Can you repeat the question?
What is your doctors per patient?
.27%.
Pfizer, Haiti, what's your country's longitude and latitude?
65 east and 30 north.
Maddox, Madagascar, what form of government does your country have?
Democracy. Dictatorship.
Nielsen, Haiti, what is your country's GDP?
Per capita? 508 USD.
It's 586.2 USD.
Savannah Bush, Hades, does your country have any immigration problems?
Can you repeat the question?
Time. We will move to 6 minutes of con debate. Do I have con speakers? DeBus, Kearney, Sills, Huber, Williams, Ramon, Nielsen, Chestnut, Parker, Partain, Agner, Buick, Bowden,
London to bus, South Africa, to the Patriot Shield, to a possible series of questions.
and do so yield.
What will you do if the Taliban does not comply with these changes?
We hope this idea will help the Taliban because it will help grow the economy for increasing jobs and money to the economy, to the government. So I think they will allow it and agree to it.
Well, what if they do not?
If they do not, which is
The Taliban is openly accepting aid to come to their country to help with the food crisis. And if they don't agree to the money, we will just ask the UN for money from the World Food Program to provide food. Turning the Philippines, if the patrons yield to a possible series of questions.
They do so yield.
What is the minimum wage in your country?
Oh, 97% of people don't even have a job, and only 3% of the Afghanistan people do. So we do not have the information, but that's what we know.
If only 3% of the people only have jobs, how do you know that $7.75 is a viable amount to pay them?
Because our country's average GDP per capita is 586 USD, and if they're working full-time, being paid $7.75 an hour, that is a good thing.
Thank you.
So okay for the patrons yield to a possible series of questions.
They do so yield.
How safe will the mines be?
We're going to have protective equipment for the workers, and the mine is pretty small, so not many workers will be working at a time. And with the mines, we will have like protective coverage to make sure it does not collapse.
Huber, Molly, do the patrons yield to a possible series of questions?
They do so yield.
What percent of the people in Afghanistan are forced into labor?
We do not have that information, but if they do, if Afghanistan people are forced into labor, we're hoping to change that with these jobs.
Williams, Molly, do the patrons yield to a possible series of questions?
They do so yield.
So how much money are you exactly asking for?
$13.5 million.
And what is the budget of your country?
The budget for our country is $15 million.
Do you think this is a reasonable amount of money to ask for, knowing that your budget is $15 million and you're only going to have $2 million left?
Yes, because for the World Food Program, we're setting up donation organizations.
May I address the floor?
That is your right.
I urge that we do not pass because they're asking for a lot of money, and I don't think it is a reasonable amount of money to ask for. Thank you.
Along Molly, the patrons with a possible series of questions.
They do so yield.
If this operation proves successful, do you think it plans to repeat this process?
Because these distribution plants are being built, we hope that they will stand, so yes.
Chestnut, the patrons yield to a possible series of questions.
They do so yield.
What are the working conditions that you plan to provide?
The working conditions are fair because we will be supplying them with protective gear, and they're not forced into this labor. They are able to work by choice.
Is that included in your cost?
Yes.
How many mines in this irrigation plant are you planning on opening?
One each.
Okay, thank you.
How much is it?
Excuse me, state your name and country.
Yosha Haiti, do the patrons yield to possible series of questions?
They do so yield.
How much exactly are you wanting from the UN?
Or what?
Are you requesting from the UN? How much money?
$13.5 million.
Okay, will the government pay the workers?
It's in the cost of what we're requesting.
How long will that money last?
A year.
After that year, what will you do?
We will request more money for the UN because after they are built, we won't need that much funding to keep it going. So the rest of the funding will go to the workers.
May I address the floor?
That is your right.
I urge for this presentation to not be passed because the money for the workers will only last a year. Then they will come back and ask more money, and if this continues happening, there will be no money left.
Time. All right, we're moving to 6 minutes of pro debate. Do I have pro speakers? Nelson, Rama, Schenker, Sills, Grayson, Parker, Kennedy, Easel, Maddox, Boone, Fielden.
Nelson, South Africa, may I address the floor?
That is your right.
I urge that this bill be passed because of the thought-out research. However, it is requesting a ton of money. I do believe that it will, in the end, benefit everyone and neighboring countries.
Shankar Rama, do the patrons here to the possible series of questions?
They do so yield.
Where will these mines be placed?
They will be placed in hijack Afghanistan.
May I address the floor?
That is your right.
I urge that this resolution pass because even if the separation is a movement I see, not only do they want to help their country, they also want to tell them even though they're in control.
So slowly, may I address the floor?
That is your right.
I urge this to pass because it is really well thought out and it is helpful.
Parker, Yemen, do the patrons yield to a possible series of questions?
They do so yield.
You stated that you've already been given billions of dollars in aid. How have you not been able to fix this problem yet?
Because most of the aid is used for food and helping our homeless population and also refugees, but nothing about our economy.
And also, if we are able to pay some big workers that are working in the mines, they'll be able to pay for more food. And previously, the UN has provided food, and they have not been able to.
And how many workers do you expect to hire?
We expect to hire 100 workers for the mines and planning on, and then depending on the distribution plants, up to 200.
Kennedy, Yemen, and the patrons yield to a possible series of questions.
They do so yield.
Okay, so if you have 100 200 workers, well, it will help these people a lot. Will that really make a significant impact on the entire economy?
Can you repeat that?
If you're helping these 100 200 workers a good bit, but will that help the overall economy?
If we prove that this operation is successful, we can use other mines and provide more workers, and the more workers and more money we have, we'll do a cycle and the more money they can pay and the economy will go up.
Is some of the money in your budget set aside to open future mines, or will you have to get a new resolution for that?
We will open up more money to donate to the distribution plants.
Will there be enough money to open more mines?
Yes.
Okay. If these mines are in a certain area and they can reach these people, it might be difficult for people. Are these mines in the area where there are the most people?
Yes, but in the future we're gonna help this percentage of people, and then after we do that, we're hoping to help more.
Thank you.
Egypt, Zimbabwe, do the patrons yield to a possible series of questions?
They do so yield.
So you've said that you're getting donations from different organizations. How much money do you have from that?
For organizations already, for the World Food Program, previously, people have donated $1 billion to the World Food Program towards Afghanistan.
Maddox, Madagascar, may I address the floor?
That is your right.
I urge that we do not pass this resolution as it is a lot of money, and it definitely seems more than what is reasonable, especially when they've already gotten $1 billion in aid, and they still believe it, and they still cannot fix this problem.
Okay, I remind the delegates that this is pro-debate.
Katie Moon, East Timor. You state in your resolution that millions of infants and children are having to be put in hospitals. Is this correct?
Yes.
Do you have a specific number?
We do not, because it differs every year.
I see. Let's say this goes on for 10 years. Are you aware that this would cost the UN $67.5 million?
If this does go on for a year, we're hoping that the government will be able to pay it by then.
Are you also aware that if you simply cease trading with minimal other countries, that you would be able to lower the poverty line?
Can you repeat that?
Are you also aware that if you simply cease trading with minimal other countries, that you would be able to lower the poverty line?
Repeat that one more time.
Yes. Are you also aware that if you simply cease trading with minimal other countries, that you would be able to lower the poverty line?
Yes, we do, because that will be able to give us money to our economy and the people.
And are you also aware that the UN has already given billions to address this issue and no progress has been made?
Right, we will move to a 2-minute, 7-second summation.
The poverty and food crisis are both issues that are affecting the Afghanistan people greatly. Our resolution is needed to help our people live successful and healthy lives. We need to act fast, and with your help, we know we can fix this crisis.
With this, we hope we will no longer be dependent on aid. We will be more financially independent, which will help our government and our citizens. We yield the rest of the time to the chair.
A minute, 37 seconds are yielded to the chair. Thank you, Afghanistan delegation. Now we'll move to a vote. Those in favor of passage of the Afghanistan resolution, please raise your placards high to be counted. Those voting nay, raise your placards high to be counted. With 30 nay votes, this resolution has not passed. All right, let's go to South Africa delegation. Would you please approach the dais?